Oh, you're faithful from the inside. So we were watching a very scary video, so let me go back. Okay, run! So, okay. Oh no. Help! Help! Uh-oh. Run! 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 He's Chinese? Ew. Yeah, he is
has
Chinese.
uploaded many videos throughout the years on her channel that are either highly disturbing or fascinating
What's
in subject
happening?
matter. If you have
Let's
never seen
fire!
her
Trigger
channel,
warning.
I'd highly recommend you go give it a watch. They're as creative as they come when it
What's
comes to
that?
unnerving, deep, dark, atmospheric videos,
That looks
especially
Momo.
when watched at night. Hour-long advertisements. In case
Why is
you
that a
never knew
tip?
that such a thing
It's
exists,
regarded.
there are hour-long advertisements
GTA!
showcased on YouTube that can randomly appear at the start of YouTube videos like any other ad. Most of them you can still skip after which they've been given an hour-long
hour?
advertisement that's
I
actually
think
not skippable,
I remember the longest I
forcing
had
them
was
to
like
get off the
5.
video and come back.
It was
It's
like a
pretty
purple
weird,
ad,
but there isn't
and I
much more
watched
to
it all.
it
It's
than
kind
that.
of interesting.
Unblocked movies. Have you guys ever tried to find a movie for free on YouTube to watch? If
The
you
Amazing
have, then you've
Spider-Man
no
1
doubt run
is,
across movies that are either nowhere to be found due to copyright issues, the
like,
movie being
you can
hoisted up
get
in
it.
one of the corners of the screen with exact runtime of
Is that
said
me?
movie is just a fucking JPEG or ad for the website below.
So I remember
Well,
that.
there
I
are
think
some
that was for
movies
the
that are
Lord of the Rings.
actually unblocked
There's
and
another
easily
ant,
available from YouTube
guys!
as well. So, go check them out. One such example, that's
Help!
just like a whatever thing, is if you've never watched the cult classic Rock and Rule, it's
I've
on
watched
YouTube.
that.
Go watch it. That's Dylan the Night Owl, free YouTube movie recommendation. Local 58. Local 58
Oh, I know
is
that.
a web series that's
Pat,
acting
my
as a
brother
local
Pat the
broadcast
Pig
station
made
that
a
seems to
stream
have
on it
a
like a year
sinister
ago. It was
intention
scary.
of manipulating,
It was
hypnotizing,
really scary,
brainwashing
guys.
the viewer. It's a
Oh,
trip worth
okay.
experience for yourself if you haven't already, as it's more than just your
What's that?
average, everyday
Okay.
internet horror web series. This
Ah.
was created by writer and cartoonist Chris Straub, who is also well known for
Chris
creating
Straw.
one of the best and most famous creepypastas ever written, Candle Cove.
He was blue.
Something about
Okay,
Chris's
trigger
work
warning.
always seems to
Help!
connect with people
Skeleton!
on some sort of deeper level than your normal creepy
Ah, trigger warning,
content
baby!
on the internet. Perhaps it's because it has something deeper to say, some kind of
Ah, trigger
commentary
warning,
under
baby!
the cloak of creepy content that makes it all a
Ah,
package
trigger
that
warning!
is very recommendable
Oh,
and
never
very
mind.
fun
He's
to experience.
okay.
YouTuber Nexpo has several
No, that's
great
me.
videos about Local
Nexpo?
58
Is that
on
the
his
one I like?
channel,
No,
so
I like
I'd
Nick
recommend
Crowley.
you give him a watch if you want
Is it
to have a
Nexpo like
deeper
that one
dive
Indian
into
guy?
the web
Trigger
series.
warning Indians.
Poppy.
Tanga,
Poppy,
tanga, tanga.
rather
Ah,
than
trigger
being
warning
Mariah,
white!
Rose,
Oh, wait.
Kiera, is
I'm white.
kind of multiple rabbit holes leading to
Oh no, the
multiple
lights
rabbit
turned off,
holes.
guys.
She's a
I'm
YouTuber
scared.
slash singer slash
Ew.
general
Medusa
celebrity
looking,
at this point that's well known for her deadpan, soft, and hypnotic voice.
I'm Poppy.
I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
I am.
Oh, that one's
Poppy.
difficult. I don't know. I think
I'm
X and
Poppy.
XX. In that
It's
one
that time
video.
of year
Probably.
again.
Oh, yeah. Who's that?
A time where we all give thanks.
She's white.
It's
Why is it
Thanksgiving.
lagging? Oh, yeah, because I'm screening my
What are you
square.
thankful for this year?
Up a dippity of a
I'm thankful for
material girl, and it won't feel everything tossed it behind it. Be thankful for me. I'm thankful for how much you want to
About
bet it's
5
pink.
years ago, she really made the rounds here on YouTube thanks to
Oh, you
her
just know it
strange
is.
videos that seemed to be of very high quality while at the same time being quite simple. They had an air of eeriness to them and a bit of commentary that wasn't quite clear as well.
Do you ever think about God?
Whoa! Why is she staring at me like that?
Really weird.
I
However, since
swear.
then, she's gone beyond being some weird character on a weird YouTube channel at this point. I would
Like
now
dead butt?
classify her as kind of a super
That's
popular
me.
mainstream figure at this point. Well
Whoa!
known for her being different and creepy, sure, but well known nonetheless.
I'm playing
The
Roblox.
visuals of her videos, and indeed,
Who's
I guess,
that?
music videos and style in general, as described by their producer,
It's
Titanic
lagging,
St.
guys.
Clair, or
He has
Corey.
sense. Oh, guys. Okay, I gotta read. Anybody know how to read? Hold on, let me. Here, I'll get it on text to speech because I actually don't know how to read.
He has since been ousted by Poppy herself, I guess, for abusing her. Though I couldn't get many details.
Ah, okay.
Mixter, who seems to be kind of the figurehead behind the Poppy persona, as far
Ah!
as I can understand, is quoted saying, "A combination of Andy Warhol pop accessibility,
David
Lynch's
Lynch's
creepiness,
creepiness
and
and
Tim
Tim
Burton's
Burton's
zany
zany
comedic
comedy.
tone," unquote. Which
Stop.
does seem to fit. It's also a lot of frankly nonsensical elements all kind of coming together that is unique, but it's hard to tell if it's just being weird and creepy for the sake of being weird and creepy, or if there is a deeper commentary that the music and videos mean to display. If I were to guess, I would say that perhaps these videos, ironically, kind of have a similar effect to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared,
Don't hug
in that
me,
they
I'm
are
part
simple
or scared.
format that cover existential and philosophical ideas with a
She looks like
creepy yet
Build
tongue-in-cheek
scene.
manner that might have the viewer ruminate upon the weird shit that you saw and share it with others. Removed features. Over the years, YouTube
Trigger
has
warning,
added many new
ice.
features to the platform, as well as taken away just as many, with
Ugh.
a few standouts being annotations, which used to be a great way for adding a quick note about something you got wrong in the video, or linking to an update video about a certain topic, or whatever you wanted, really. Obviously, some of them were taken out to be replaced, such as YouTube's Studios change, and the star rating changing to a
Annoying
thumbs up and
orange!
thumbs down.
Yay!
There's also other features that feel kind of sad to be gone, such as custom channel layouts. You could have GIFs and all sorts of stuff playing whenever people went to your channel to give it its own unique touch. I could imagine a lot of YouTube channels utilizing this super well.
Sam
integrating it
Pepper!
with
Oh
their
my
brand,
goodness!
or having
Soren's
some kind of
best
funny
friend.
meme associated with it. There's just so many possibilities, and yet they decide to make it all uniform instead. Video responses are one of those features that was taken away as YouTube kind of geared away from being a social media platform and into a creation platform, where basically the idea was, instead of commenting, you could actually leave a video response to someone, and it would link up along with the other many video responses to your single video they could have. They'd usually be easily available right there if you wanted to see them. This one could have been interesting, as it would have made growing on YouTube faster, as well as collab videos much more streamlined had they kept improving upon it. I'm sure, like every other feature, it would have been used and abused, but there is kind of a novelty to seeing a video and then right after being able to see people's responses to it. That's kind of a fun idea. It's something I feel like a lot of people do anyway on YouTube. They're just not linked up together, is all. Oh, and we must never forget the days before COPPA, back when I was able to read the comments down below cartoons and other animated features on YouTube. I miss reading people's random thoughts on obscure animated films, many of which were clearly not made for children, but are still considered children things under the COPPA thing all the same.
I hate COPPA.
Whoa!
Trigger warning.
Lightly, as I'm sure most of you are well aware of this event by this point, and if not, all you need to know is Etika, real name Desmond Daniel. Amafo was a popular reaction-based YouTuber and streamer who was best known for his over-the-top reactions,
material girl.
indirect presentations. Etika has some demons. In the last several months of his life, he showcased this, with signs of mental illness and issues being showcased. This would eventually lead to Etika taking his own life after several videos basically saying he was going to do so. Videos which I think most of his fans and people didn't take seriously because, to be fair, a lot of people online do stuff like that for attention. So sometimes it can be
You
difficult
just
to
want
tell who's
attention.
telling the
You don't
truth,
want
who's
my
being
heart.
really
You
deeply
just want
honest, and who
attention.
is
I'm going
being
to
deeply
fart. Oh!
deceitful. All the same, Editha was a
Whoa!
wake-up
Who just
call
did
for
that?
many, and is still very much mourned and missed by his many fans. Elsagate. So
Ah!
this is perhaps one of the
Oh
deepest rabbit holes
no.
you can go down as far as YouTube is concerned. The basic idea of Elsagate was first brought about in 2017 when people started discovering an entire wormhole of strangely slash crudely animated videos.
Oh, I'm
People in
scared,
cosplay and
guys.
toy review related channels all
Okay,
targeted
actual
towards
trigger
kids
warning because
specifically
this
that
gets
would feature
scary.
characters like Elsa and Spider-Man. The amount of these
Spider-Man.
videos that existed, as well as the amount of channels uploading daily content, was already strange enough. But when one looks closer into
Oh
the topic, you
no.
find that many of the videos feature strange fetishes, overt sexual tones, gore, and even downright creepy content from time
Gore.
to time, all
What?
being marketed off of kids watching them through the
Oh my
autoplay feature on
goodness. What
YouTube.
the?
And yes, back in the day, YouTube Kids. These channels were raking in millions of views per
Oh.
video and were seriously
What?
making a ton of money because of it. And so Elsagate kind of centered around this strange community of channels and trying to discover the who, what, when, where, and why of them. While the most agreed upon theory is that all these channels simply exist to make money off of children viewing them because children are the biggest market on YouTube, the reason for the weird and creepy content within them, however, is kind of harder to know. Some theorize that these channels do it because, as fucked up as it is, this stuff started attracting children. Kids like weird, gross stuff sometimes. So perhaps this is why the content devolved into such a manner. However,
Oh.
some believe
Wow.
serious reasons at play here. That these videos are not only making money, but also desensitizing children to these weird and creepy topics, and in some ways
Uh.
normalizing all of this
Uh-oh.
behavior. In a sense, grooming the children. This is just a theory, of course, but either way, if you're interested in learning more about it, I'd recommend you go to the Elsagate Reddit page, or looking up some of the videos documenting it in more detail.
We
You
can
might
do
be under
that.
the assumption that Elsagate ended when YouTube took actions to delete hundreds of these channels that were involved in the ring. However, while perhaps not quite as prevalent, these sorts of channels still very much exist, although many of them have moved past using Spider-Man and Elsa characters and onto a far more clever way of doing it. Video game characters, notably those from Minecraft. There even seems to be a
Minecraft.
certain new brand of videos called Monster School videos, which if you happen to look it up, you will find a bunch of videos targeted towards
Bro.
kids with highly suggestive thumbnails. I mean, some of these Minecraft characters are just plain taking it up the ass here in
Yeah,
some
me
of these
too.
thumbnails, so it's pretty unsettling. YouTube headquarters shooting.
Ah!
April 3rd, 2018, around 12:46 p.m.
I
a
remember
shooting occurred at
this.
the headquarters of the video
Wait,
sharing
April
website.
3rd, 2018. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm actually streaming on Twitch. This is like a Moist Critical video. So, yeah, so that's why there's pauses sometimes. What day was this, you special Ned? That was a Tuesday.
YouTube in San
She's
Bruno,
ugly.
California. The
Ugly,
shooter
muggly,
was
struggle, muggly,
identified
muggly,
as a
ugly.
38-year-old Najif Agdam, I
Danga,
believe is how
danga,
you
danga,
pronounce that,
danga, danga,
who
danga,
entered
danga,
through an
danga.
exterior parking garage,
A
approached an
shimmerly,
outdoor
I'm
patio,
a
and opened
material
fire with a
girl.
Smith & Wesson 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Nazim wounded
Bow,
3
bow.
people, one of them critically, before killing herself. Nazim was a vegan animal rights activist who was clearly mentally unstable. Her motive for the shooting was due to her believing that YouTube was suppressing her videos because she spoke the truth or something stupid like that. There isn't much else
Whoa,
to
don't
this
talk
story
like
besides
a
how
mentally
weird it
ill
is that
retard is
everyone she
stupid, you
injured
retard.
thankfully lived through the events, besides herself, of course. The Jared controversy.
Pro
Someone
Jared.
originally wrote out a big, long, like
That's where I heard that
three-page
from.
thing for this one, explaining all the events and details. But ultimately, I'm just gonna go simple with this one and just say Pro Jared and his wife had problems, cheating was involved, he says something, she says something else. Ultimately, doesn't fucking matter. What does matter is during this whole event between the arguments on Twitter between the two, several people came out of the closet basically saying that Pro Jared had been a fucking pervert with them, the two most
Whoa.
worrying of these cases being two minors. When the Canadian internet learned about all this, and Pro Jared hadn't said anything and would not say anything until 4 months later, basically they made him a public pariah, completely destroying any reputation that he had left. Some people literally wishing death upon the man. This would prove to be yet another great fumble of cancel culture and people jumping the shark before hearing both sides of the story. After Pro Jared did come out publicly with a response, while he was definitely in the wrong in some cases, like he was kind of a perv and him and his wife definitely had issues that I don't think needed to be shared on social media. The main thing I wanted to know, and I'm sure most other people wanted to know, is if he was a groomer / pedophile, which he completely disproved. He proved that both of these supposed victims had in fact lied about the whole situation just for the sake of pouring more oil onto an already burning fire. Why they did that? I don't know. Maybe they just like to
I was
ruin
one of
people's
them.
lives, which is almost what they did. Maybe it was for the Twitter clout. Or maybe it's because there's always a reason to lie, no matter how short-term the benefits are. But ultimately, the Pro Jared controversy led to a lot of people having to rethink
water.
how they approach these situations, and rightfully so. I remember that I almost gave in to temptation at the time and thought about making a video about Pro Jared since it was a
Why?
trending topic, and while all the evidence seemed to point to
He
being
looks
a complete
ugly.
and total fucking crazy person, a monster,
That's
when
me.
in fact he was kind of a weird pervert for sure, but not as bad as
So it's
everyone
like Dan
thought he
Schneider.
was, and obviously not being a groomer. That's why it's important to hear both sides of these things before jumping to conclusions. Which,
Oh, ball
of
sacks I
course, brings me
spilled.
to the Call Me Carson
Oh
controversy.
no.
You've probably heard the allegations surrounding the popular Minecraft YouTuber and streamer Call Me Carson by the way, who's been
Lolo.
accused of sexting underage fans. These
Bro,
allegations
isn't he
date
fat?
back months, having a lot of evidence to back them up, and having several of his friends backing up the claims as well. Now, as far as I know in the writing of this script, Call Me Carson has yet to give a
Call me
full
nutsack.
statement on any of this. And while the evidence here is a lot more prevalent and clear than in Pro Jared's situation, I am staying the hell away from
I
all this.
swear.
To be clear, the evidence is pretty staggering right now. And if he did in fact
Okay, I
do
don't
these
care.
things, getting caught sexting and or being inappropriate with underage fans,
I swear.
which, maybe there's a lesson to be learned from all this. Now hear me out. Maybe you guys can stop fucking doing that? Maybe don't be sexting of any kind, period, actually. That seems to be a good idea to me. A Suicide Mouse. Suicide Mouse was a popular creepypasta back in the day, of which story focused on a Disney intern finding a lost episode of Mickey Mouse from the 30s, and said creepypasta came alongside a video which supposedly showcased the animation, of which is Mickey Mouse walking
Yep,
with a
8
morose
minutes.
expression with no soundtrack
I'm
until
gonna end it here. So this is just an insight to the 6-hour video. So if y'all wanna watch it, it'll be in the top. It'll be in the bottom left, the bottom center of the. It'll be in the center of the screen. My bad. And it'll say penis or something, and it'll be in the description. So if you do want to watch this, it'll be cool. So yeah, I'm Oliver Tree. I'm Stampy. I'm Joji. And I'm Mickey Mouse. And I'm signing off.